What's up, everybody? This is Josh, and we're going to be trying something completely new here on the channel. We oftentimes get asked, what is the stuff part of Stuff and Whiskey? And we've had a lot of different ideas about what that looks like over time. But one of the things we're going to be trying here coming up is going to be a Patreon exclusive series called Whiskey Notes, as you can see right down here. And yeah, it's going to be something fun that I'm going to be doing separate and apart. I'll be doing some reaction videos to music and pairing whiskey with the music that I'm listening to, which will be a fun challenge. And we'll do updates on all kinds of channel news, Patreon news as well on those videos. But wanted to let you guys know this first one we're going to make public just so you can get a little idea of what is to come. However, this is my first reaction video ever, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. So this could be completely embarrassing, but just going to put it out there and see what happens with it. So it should be a lot of fun. Real quick on the Patreon and channel update front. Again, this is going to be where you can see these future videos of Whiskey Notes. We've got our Starlight pick releasing this Friday, and we cannot wait for that. I actually said in our tasting notes video for it that it was like a caramel macchiato. I went and got a caramel macchiato from Starbucks just to be sure, and can confirm that it is right in that pocket for what a whiskey that is kind of like a caramel macchiato tastes like. So that's going to be an awesome pick. We cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on that one. What else? We just confirmed Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye and a 94 proof Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey pick, which will then put us in line for the barrel proof Jack Daniel's pick, hopefully next year. So looking forward to both of those. And we have our 1792 full proof pick coming up to be done in October, so lots of fun picks on the horizon. And Frey Ranch should be releasing any day now as well, along with all the other stuff we've got working in the pipeline. So I think that's going to be it on the barrel pick front. We do have our charity live stream coming up on October the 8th. If you want to be a part of that, donate a bottle, help raise money for mental health, then you can do so by emailing us at stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com. And if you want to be part of the live stream as far as donating and potentially winning something, you can do that through the GoFundMe that will be live as of our live stream on Sunday night. So be on the lookout for that as well. So lots of fun stuff happening. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this reaction video. Again, this will be my first one ever. This one's going to be very interesting. We had our Patreon community submit songs that they wanted to see me cover. Within that list, there were a few that were very interesting. This is one of the ones that got the most votes. At the time of this recording, it was this and Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. I've actually heard Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Haven't seen the video though, but this is going to be Disturbed's The Sound of Silence. I know this is a cover of Simon and Garfunkel's song from way back when, which I have heard the Simon and Garfunkel version. I've actually never heard this Disturbed version. I was a huge fan of Disturbed. Their second studio album, Believe, liked pretty much every single song on that and wore that CD into the ground. But everything they did after that was pretty much dead to me. And I heard when this came out, somebody back in like 2015, 2016 was like, you got to hear this. And I listened to a couple of seconds of it, and I'm like, it just sounds like a remake of Simon and Garfunkel's I Don't Really Care. Disturbed has been irrelevant for about, 15 years now, just about. And I just never really gave it the time of day. But this one did get a ton of votes by you guys for me to cover. So we're going to cover it. I'm going to give it a chance. And this is going to be the official music video, which means I've got some visuals to go along with the audio. And I've certainly never listened to even the original version on proper studio headphones. So I think that's about it. I know this song won a Grammy in 2017, which was 2 years after the album release, which is quite interesting, but we're going to take a listen to it. You guys are going to see me react. And I'm going to try to pair whiskey with it. Since I have heard the Simon & Garfunkel version, I have an idea of what might work, but I don't know if Disturbed is going to kind of go into Disturbed mode and amp the song up a little bit and make it heavier, or if it's just going to be a straight across cover. We'll find out, and you'll find out as I'm finding out. So let's go. A little bit of a wasteland feel.
with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I
Okay, before we get into this next part, I do need to say that I am not the biggest fan of the original version of the song. It's just, the voice is just a little drony. You know, I don't know. It never really clicked with me. I definitely do currently like this better than the original. I'm hoping they kind of amp it up a little bit, because I love all kinds of music, but I love rock a lot. So I don't know if we're gonna, again, get a straight cover, if we're gonna get a little bit of pop on it. But let's find out. I'm gonna give it one more run through here, and then I'll pair a whiskey with this.
walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light
All right, we're gonna go back a second there and get into that transition, but it does look like they're gonna amp it up a little bit, which makes me quite happy. Nice. So it's such a vocal focused track. I think it's really interesting in the video format that they've got just a tight end shot on his face, and they really, you know, you're putting a focus on the vocal, and he's delivering on that, which is really cool. I think I've got the whiskey to go with this. Give me just a second. All right, in my glass here, we've got a little splash, a finger of Knob Creek 18 year. And the reason that I'm choosing Knob Creek 18 year is because it feels like it's a new spin for Knob Creek on an old classic. So Jim Beam, when they were making whiskey back in the day, it was always just, you know, straight across the board, no nonsense bourbon. And then they kind of pulled a lot of the older picks off the shelf, and now they've kind of transitioned to this limited edition model, or special release model, we'll call it. So, you know, they take the old classic, they put a new spin on it, which is what Disturbed has done with this song. And yeah, you know, overall the song is a pretty mellow vibe overall. So, you know, 100 Proof is a good fit for that. It's got some complexity, which it sounds like this might be heading in that direction. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next 3 minutes of this song. And yeah, just really classic Kentucky bourbon to go with a classic hit that's been done in a new way. So cheers, you guys. Thank you for being here for the first one. Hope you want to join in on Patreon. As little as $3 a month will get you these. And I'll try to do one most every week. So cheers all. Yeah, Knob Creek 18 is an oaky bugger, but it is absolutely the type of pour that I would like to have in my glass, sitting down listening to some music like this. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into the music again.
I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night.
The piano's beautiful, by the way.
Of silence, and in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without
got to stop right there. His upper register. I didn't know he had that high of an upper register. But he pulls it off well for, I don't know what you would call Disturbed, like nu metal, whatever category they fall into. But yeah, that was really cool. I like how it's amping up a little bit, but it's still staying kind of tame. If they went full rock, I was going to feel like my choice on Knob Creek 18 would not be the right choice. But let me know in the comments below if you think Knob Creek 18 is a good bourbon to pair with the song or a good whiskey to pair with the song, or what you would pick instead. And while you're down there, let me know what songs you'd like to see me cover. And that would be a lot of fun. And whichever songs get the most reactions, the thumbs up down there in the comments, that'll give me stuff to go on for future Whiskey Notes videos in weeks to come. So I'm going to go back because this is, to me, and this has always been, knowing the song, the most powerful part of this song, where it says, and I've got the lyrics here, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never shared. But like that people talking without speaking, hearing without listening, I'm big into song meanings, so that's going to be part of this series is interpreting songs. And when it comes to the world we live in, it's so often that we talk to each other without really speaking, or we listen to each other without actually hearing what the other person is saying. And it's like this disconnect. And there's a part in the lyrics where it says, it's the sound of silence. And it says silence grows like a cancer grows. And it's just, it's this disconnect. The song's talking about this dream that he's had. In restless dreams he's walked alone, and it's this, there's a sorrow in the song, and there's a sadness in the song, and a darkness in the song, which is partially why I chose Knob Creek 18 as well, because it's dark flavor profile with all that oak. But yeah, it's kind of speaking to that. But I think that's one of the most powerful lyrics in the song is people talking without speaking and hearing without listening, because we're all so guilty of that, and that connection that we can make if we just actually say what we mean and we actually listen to someone else can make such a huge difference in building bridges and building relationships and fighting against that isolation and the sound of silence. But I just want to hear that again. I wanted to make that point. We'll get on with the song.
Light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share. And no one dare disturb the sound
right, it's going to fade out there. I do want to go back and listen to that, that amped up part where it starts really getting into it. Let's see if, yeah, okay. So here's where he's starting to really crank it up. So he puts a little gravel in his voice, which is interesting because he then transitions into kind of this, a little bit more of like that nu metal, like not scream, but like he puts that power behind his voice. But before he does that, he puts a little bit of gravel in his voice, which is a really interesting thing. I've never heard that in any of the Disturbed songs that I've ever heard personally. By the way, I was totally wrong to write this song off within the first 15 or 20 seconds way back when it first came out. And I was like, it's just a remake of that song that I don't really like. I don't need to listen to this. I'll go back and listen to the 2002 album Believe, because I like every song on that. And I don't need 2015 Disturbed in my life. Well, I was wrong, because this is really good. Like, this would actually be a great song to sit around on like a Friday night or something with a pour like Knob Creek 18 and just soak it in and sip slow and really savor the music and the whiskey. So we'll let this thing ride out all the way to the end, and then I'll kind of give my final thoughts, taking it in one more time, because this is my first time ever hearing this. All right. That was really good. It was almost like orchestral in a lot of ways, which was really cool. Definitely his vocal performance, David's vocal performance, was just second to none on that as far as like a rock musician doing an old classic. I'm trying to think of what could fit into that category that would fall similarly. He did a fantastic job. And then the piano was kind of the second star of the show in that, and it just added so much to, it kind of bridged the gap between the old classic and then the rock vibe that Disturbed brought to this. But this is an awesome video to react to. Need a little whiskey to clear my throat there. This Knob Creek 18, it's pretty good. I don't think it's $200 good or even $170, but you're paying for the age. Yeah. That Knob Creek peanuttiness is there. That peanut butteriness is there, but it's balanced out so well with the oak and a little bit of dark fruit is just really nice. Could absolutely sip that and listen to this a couple more times. I don't think this is like a daytime song. I'm not going to go putting it on my playlist and driving around on sunny days listening to it, but like a late night track. That's where I would kind of put this song. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see me cover some more, again, these are going to be Patreon exclusive videos, and that's where you can find future ones. Even if you don't join up, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff that helps out. And we will see you with more of our regular content tomorrow on a head-to-head. See ya.